Okay, glad to have you tuned in today. And what I want to tell you is I had an issue to come up during the uploading of one of my videos to YouTube. And at the end of the videos, it tells you how many views you had and how many watch time hours that were involved. I had documented for test purposes, I had 6 family members, phones, iPads, and then we had 2 TVs going, and all of them was on YouTube, which made a total of 8. Documented 8 different instruments, visually observing my scripture reading on YouTube, which meant that YouTube should show 8 videos being viewed at the time of the upload. If you look here on the screen, you can clearly see that it tells you that we had a total of 5 views. That's all they gave me credit for, was 5 views. I had 8 documented views and borrowed equipment, or using 8 different pieces of equipment to view this. So it should show 8 views, and it doesn't. And these videos were over 2 hours, which meant that they got 6 views. Then they got 8 views showing, and I'll show you those in just a minute. But anyway, they give me a total of 5 views in 10.4 hours. And of course, being new, they have me restricted. I've got to get 4,000 hours of viewing time in order to really be able to do anything on YouTube. So what I'm finding is that there's a discrepancy in the number of views that an individual gets pertaining to the AI. Now watch this. It shows me having 5 views and a watch time of 10.4 hours. And like I said, my videos is over 2 hours long. And I had 8 instruments, and it should have been 8 views. And instead of 10 hours with 8 instruments, should have been well over 16 hours, and they only have me with 10.4 hours. That means YouTube and AI decided that, hey, you're not going to get credit but for 10 hours, and I don't know what they did with the others. I guess they kept the benefits of the other 6 hours of watch time, and they're already getting the ad money. So instead of giving me the 8 views, they give me 5. And then instead of giving me over 16 hours of view time, they only give me 10.4 hours. Now watch this. Here's my title for today, folks. YouTube missing views, missing hours. And I'm going to show you my test results. So we're going to go into this a little bit. And we're going to be seeing some things here in this, and I hope that you can get some understanding out of it. Okay, let's look at right here. I'm going to show you this. This was my upload. This is found at Floyd p5x. And I don't have very many subscribers. I'm new. And this says that at the bottom of the page here, it tells us how many views that we had. And it goes through all of this. And it starts out giving me 6 views. Then it goes to 8 views. And then it goes to all the way down to 2 views. So with that being said, you go down to 2 views. Well, that's a lot of discrepancy there, especially when you got 8. Maybe I can resize this here. So that we can see it. But anyway, I've got trying to get the view here. Unfortunately, don't look like I've had very much success on getting the views that was aired. But make a long story short, it tells you for each viewing. I've got the large documentary of this, and it tells you of each of the viewing that it shows 8 viewing at one time, and then it goes down to 2, and then it goes down to less than 2. And then it changes back to 8. So, with that being said, unfortunately, it's not going to let me see it this way, so maybe I can pull it up here where it can be seen. YouTube is very interesting. It makes me wonder, are we going to be able, am I going to be able to trust them? I've got songs that are copyrighted. What are they going to do with my songs? Are they going to say it's theirs? Right here it is, folks. Look right here at the bottom. 7 watching now, premiere in progress. So let's go out of that one. That is at 27 minutes into the program. So let's keep watching. 31 minutes into the program, it shows 8. So let's keep watching. So let's go down here. 8 watching. 31 minutes into the program. So let's keep watching. Here it shows 3 watching. Now notice that. 3 watching. I had 3 tablets, 2 TVs, a MacBook, and 2 cell phones. So, you get to thinking about that. What's going on? I mean, why am I being punished because I'm new and I'm not getting credit for my views? Here we go. It says 3 watching now. Premiere in progress. 37 minutes into the show. Documented 8 different devices viewing YouTube. And then only getting credit for 5 devices in only 10 hours. When I had 8 devices, family devices, monitoring YouTube and my views, and they penalized me 3 devices, which is well over 6 hours. It's over 2-hour video. And they penalized me because of their AI. Folks, that ain't right. That's just not right. YouTube's supposed to be honest. Well, that's being dishonest when you don't give people the proper views. 3 watching here. See that? 3 watching. So what does AI do? AI gets on there and goes down as low as 1, maybe to 0. And then it goes back. And then it counts the number of viewers that's on the program. So when AI is doing an audit and they go down, they're taking away minutes every time they go from 8 to 5 to 4 to 3. They're taking away minutes and viewing time from you. Now here's one at 3. Let's get out of here and let's go back and look some more. Let's look right here. Here it shows 7 into 51 minutes of the program. So they're taking and using AI instead of allowing AI to monitor how many folks come on. AI is changing the system and counting down on its own and then rebooting and getting the same number of people, but yet not giving me the total amount of credit for the viewing time. Where what really supposed to happen is AI is monitoring the 8 people, and then when people quit watching, AI subtracts down to however many people has left the screen. Well, here you can clearly see. Here it says 2 watching now, premiere in progress. Started 51 minutes ago. Folks, can we really trust AI and its counting ability? Can we trust YouTube to do the right thing? I begin to wonder. I've only been on YouTube a few short weeks. And I really begin to wonder, am I actually getting my views? And why am I being penalized? I ask AI this question, and they say they can't help me with this issue. I don't guess so. And you can't get a hold of anybody on YouTube. But one thing's for sure, is if you do your own test, you might find out you ain't getting what you think you're getting. you might be doing as I am and getting lesser views than what you're supposed to be getting. And the best way you do that is you borrow everybody's devices and you take the borrowed devices and you do a test of your own. And that test will tell you whether or not that you are getting the views that you're supposed to be getting. Now here it shows 8 views. See that? 8 watching now. And it's supposed to be 8 continuously watching. All of these devices were on. All of them clearly visible. All of them were in hearing distance or seeing distance. And all of them were and have remained on during the whole program. So there was no malfunction on my end at all. The error came from AI technology and YouTube. So with all this being said, I hope that you don't run into these problems that I have run into. But I can assure you one thing. I don't know as if I can possibly trust YouTube. And here, this is in 52 minutes of the program. It shows 2 watching. Go from 8 to 2, which means they're not giving me credit for 6 units or 6 devices that is clearly watching the program. So they fixing the system either way you want to look at it or not. Maybe I'll have an account, maybe I won't. But right now I really don't care. I don't know if I can trust them with my copyrighted songs. So that being said give yourself a test. I hope you don't find what I found out is that, unfortunately, with all of this being said, that it sure looks like that my test on YouTube has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that YouTube is cooking the books. So with that being said, watch your programming and take a good look at your system, because it's clear that you're not getting what you're supposed to be getting. If you're new, especially, check it out. Till next time, I hope this has been informative. Good afternoon.